Hey you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat. It is Monday, the 2nd of November, 2020, and we are in the warm afterglow of The Mandalorian, Chapter 9, The Marshal. And Star Wars fandom has gone Cobb Vanth crazy. They're all about that hair. And so I thought to find out more about Cobb, as his friends call him. If he was in Australia, he'd be called Cobber. Hey, Cobber. That's actually what people call other people in Australia, regardless of their name. So a big welcome to explain us some Star Wars from Star Wars Explained. Hey, Cobber, Alex Damon. Just as how we rehearsed. That's exactly.
Honestly, I was like intrigued with what you were saying. You're doing like Australia Explained over here, and I'm like, oh, that's it. Go on. Like,
there is no explaining. There is no explaining Australia. And hey to everyone in the chat. Listen, Matthew Mole, I get teased because sometimes you hear the click, or maybe every show you hear the click of me start the video. So it's part of the Steele Wars brand. Look, this internet, Alex, look at all the things I have here that I never had like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
StreamYard's pretty cool.
No, I made it all. I custom this is my room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no StreamYard. Like this is
my bad.
This is a curtain up here. Very tautly pulled across curtain, and then I've got you on a screen on that side. I can't even buy into my own bit. Oh, hey, I don't think probably Rogue One going back has live action Star Wars agreed with so many, Alex. How are you dealing with the warm glow? It just seems I've got stats to back this up, but what are your thoughts, buddy?
I agree. I mean, I think that a lot goes into it, and I think that I hadn't thought of it this way, but yeah, you're right. Rogue One and The Mandalorian both deal with familiar elements of the Star Wars galaxy. There's enough familiar in there, but it's still all new characters. It's all like, I kind of think that that's the key to all of it, to new Star Wars content, and why I'm like, okay, I'm glad the sequel trilogy is over and we can move on to new characters, new places, new plot lines, because I think that people just are more willing to go along for the ride when they don't have 40 years of baggage behind it all.
Yeah, and especially when like Rogue One and The Mandalorian, it's original trilogy adjacent.
Right.
So that really helps. Now, we did a poll on the Twitter, and by we, I mean me, because I love the polls, Alex. Now, Chuck Norris is here, and he gave it a big thumbs up. But for those listening on the podcast audio, it's poll at Steele Wars. I thought the season 2 premiere of The Mandalorian was 1.6%. We had over 2,000 votes. 1.6% thumbs down, 8.6% thumbs in the middle, 25% rounding up 1% thumbs up, and 65% massive thumbs up, meaning 90% of 2,000, pretty varied Twitter followers. You can only vote once with each Twitter account. 90% are in the thumbs up, and more importantly, the massive thumbs up category. So that's pretty sick. And I went back and had a check of, we had the roundtable on Saturday night, which was just the most fun. Check that out if you haven't already. And our average score was out of 10, 8.3. The six of us joined together. So I'm working out some stats. I'm so desperate to be a sports fan. Now let's talk Cobb Vanth.
Let's please. Finally. That's what you texted me and you were like, I want to talk Cobb Vanth with you. It's been 5 minutes.
I want to chomp on some Cobb. Now, he was introduced in the 3 Aftermath books. His interludes went along. What were we presented with there? And I guess what fits with what we had in the books first up?
Broad strokes, I say it's all pretty good. And that's it fits better than I would have guessed. I mean, I'm someone who was like, they started to like, the rumor was going around that Cobb Vanth was going to be in The Mandalorian. I was like, BS, but I hope they do. Like, I would love it, but like, come on, really, Cobb Vanth?
What? So you heard the rumor and you immediately go Black Series?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, BS.
That's what I'm calling now. Black Series. I want it.
See?
Like, I'm mad. I'm mad that on Mando Monday they're supposed to like do new merch and stuff. I was like, no Cobb Funko, no action figure. What? Like, I'm ready. I'm not even much of a collector, but I'm gonna buy Cobb Vanth merch.
Well, if there's no Funko, you can kiss your BS, your Black Series goodbye, because Funko always have the lead on that sort of stuff. But yeah. So tell us what we know.
Okay, so I actually read all 3 of them today just to refresh my memory. So the first interlude is basically his story of the Sandcrawler. It plays out a little differently. He's in the Sandcrawler and basically like helping someone else out, a member of that mining company, to just like negotiate with Jawas. So it doesn't seem like, he almost died and was picked up and any of that. It's more, he just happens to be shopping as well. And he helps this guy out, and they both come across the Mandalorian armor. But he's been kind of playing this dude the whole time, and he draws on him and wounds the guy, and he's like, go tell your mining bosses that like it's time to get out of Tatooine. So he takes the armor and becomes the Marshal. The second book is that story is all about Malakili, the Rancor Keeper, who's wandering the desert in search of a purpose because the Rancor is dead, and he gets attacked by the mining company. They're not really a mining company. It's just a front for a criminal syndicate. So
Aren't they all?
Yeah, right. So they attack him. Cobb shows up and saves him. And he's like, hey, we got some pack animals that someone needs to take care of. And also we have like a young Hutt that that they were gonna, like, I guess the Hutt Council or the mining company were gonna try to like put him in place of Jabba. But now we have him, and like we want to raise him to be a good and benevolent Hutt instead of someone terrible like Jabba.
So that's nurture over nature, you think?
Right. So Malakili agrees to that, and then in the third book, it's kind of like the final attack against the mining company, which they do. I didn't remember this. They cooperate with Tusken Raiders to drive the mining company off of Tatooine. So yeah, there's some stuff in there that definitely doesn't line up, and the biggest thing to me is the working with Tusken Raiders. Like the series definitely gives off a vibe like they have never ever cooperated. Maybe they did, or maybe there was a peace brokered and then it was broken. But I think they were just trying to do like, all right, let's do some real broad stroke stuff here. Yeah, this dude had his town enslaved by this mining company. He gets a hold of some armor to free his town, and he does that. The stuff with the Hutt, you don't really need to know that. And then I would honestly just say, like, you know what? Swap out that third story with the one that we got in The Mandalorian, because it is like the settlers and the Tuskens working together to defeat a larger threat. So I'm kind of just like picking and choosing what I like here.
Yeah. And do you know what makes it easier? It's when it's really good.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
When it's for the better, then it's now George Lucas quotes get misused. Like I was going to go with the metaphor then, but everything was probably not going to be the best. So about things getting misused, but like my emotions, like a content creator's emotions. That's how they get misused. But I know he's got that one that Dave Filoni said that continuity is for wimps, which I know is like on the surface kind of annoying because you're like, I love content. Like, why can't you just make it all match up? But I kind of see his wisdom because
yeah. I mean, the way I look at it is that George always talked about Star Wars as a mythology. And if you look at Greek mythology, by the I'm doing a video like about all of this stuff tomorrow, so it's all in my head still. But mythology is, yeah, right. Check it out tomorrow. Mythology is never okay, Steele. Mythology is very often not consistent. Like the same characters will do different things in different stories, and it's like it doesn't line up because that's not what the purpose of Greek mythology, for example, was. It was just trying to explain the world around us. And Star Wars is kind of the same thing. I'm still someone that wants it all to line up, and when it does, I lose my mind. But even when I feel like it got close enough with Cobb Vanth and his background from the books, I'm like close enough, and I still lost my mind over it.
Well, I've never been into the fake Fets. Like there was Jodo Cast in, the Dark Horse. And I definitely was getting flashbacks of that. And even Cobb Vanth, like when I was reading Aftermath, I was like, oh, don't just give his armor to someone else. I wanted to see what happened to him sort of thing. But the on-screen presentation of it was just A1. Now, given all you know about Boba Fett lore, how he's evolved, in the cartoons, how he acted in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. What's his next move? What's he been doing?
I don't know that you can take Legends stuff into this because it's already pretty different. The way that I see this going right now is I don't think he's going to be in season 2 much more. I kind of see this as like they teased him a little bit in episode 5, in chapter 5, tease him a little more in chapter 9. I kind of see them teasing him more and more until maybe it's season 3 or 4. And like, I think it would be kind of cool if he became one of the primary antagonists who's fighting against Din, because, you couldn't do that early on because then you'd feel conflicted. It's like, who do I root for, Din or Boba Fett? But now we're fully on Din's side. If Boba Fett comes after that baby, we're against Boba Fett. But I don't know. Like in Legends, he got his armor back. He went straight back to bounty hunting. I guess he never lost the armor. He just got out of the Sarlacc pit and just went back to it. But he also turned into more of an anti-hero over the course of all those years.
Yeah, I feel like he got like Freddy Krueger. Do you know what I mean? Like when you first meet Freddy Krueger, he's this super scary enemy. And then as the movies came on, like he sort of was like a stand-up comedian and you're like, yeah, slash him, yay. And that's what I always worry that, if they did like a Vader film, it by definition would make him like the good, like the anti-hero, that sort of thing. And I think, Boba Fett, the most feared bounty hunter in the world, we've already got a hardened bounty hunter, Mando, that's like had a face turn and is now like coming good and stuff. Boba should be the polar opposite.
That's kind of what I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the comics that are coming out right now, between the Bounty Hunters series, before that, there was like a one-off, the Age of Rebellion. Like the comics do not portray him as a good dude. Like he's just in it for the money. He'll capture whoever needs killing or capturing if the price is right. So, and even he'll kill people he doesn't have to. So like they're not making him sympathetic actively right now. And stories that I assume were written probably after they were like, yeah, we're going to bring Boba Fett back.
Yeah. And, there would be that fan desire to have them both team up, but we just saw it.
Yeah. Like I think let's take whether or not he is a Mandalorian, because the Clone Wars threw that up in the air. Let's take like the original dude in the Mandalorian armor and pit him against the Mandalorian that we know and love now. Like that seems like a no-brainer to me. But if you listen, like Joseph Scrimshaw from Force Center has a lot of smart and interesting stuff to say about what they might do with Boba Fett that is not that at all. They might just explore what he's doing now. He might just be out of the game. And he probably has a lot of identity issues being a clone and maybe a Mandalorian or maybe not. So there's some interesting stuff to explore, but I guess I'm tending to think that they're just going to do the more simple, like they're going to fight.
He reveals himself. He hasn't gone to get the armor. We presume that's what he's going to want. Well, what's your theory on why now?
Yeah, that's the tough one. I mean, I think the ultimate answer is because they're making the show now. But yeah, they have to think up some reason. Maybe he looks pretty messed up. Maybe he was healing for a while. Yeah,
because I was thinking about it, and it's like, well, that there was little hints put through it about, you know, the Crate Dragon and the Sarlacc pit, right? Mm-hmm. So perhaps Boba Fett's just been healing and has just been like, he just took up, you know, residence near the Sarlacc pit. So he hasn't even known about this man. Like, he doesn't even know his Mandalorian armor's been picked up. He thought it, you know, it might be just gone in the Sarlacc. Who knows? But this might be the first time he even realizes that, like, where his armor is. If he's been like living, like, because the Crate Dragon was near the Sarlacc, so it would make sense that he's just like messed up and he's like, I'm just holding up here for a little bit or a couple of years, give or take. They're very vague about these things. But I'm very excited now. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say there is that question of time. Like they have said before, this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, but like they have never specifically said that in the content. Like they may be a little flexible with that time. Like maybe it's only been a year. I don't know.
But I think, yeah, I don't think it's like this gaping hole of why now. Now, you're going to bail, but just before you do you think, I think next episode we'll get a taste of Tatooine, because I feel like he got that chunk of meat for, like, I just feel like it's in the spirit of the show that will get paid off, that we don't even know. But I'm not sure if Amy Sedaris loves like her steaks or something like that, but I wouldn't mind some. But awesome opening episode, and you know, it was sort of accessible for people of all knowledge of Star Wars. But I think now we've got to kick it into gear and start finding out about Moff Gideon and what Baby Yoda, if you will's future holds. So it's good times. And I should point out, much commiserations in the prediction contest. I would assume to Molly, who was hoping for Malachi, the Rancor Keeper. I was hoping for that, and I thought maybe you were going to get yours when they showed that Death Star blowing up.
Both of us were like, "Oh, it might happen."
I was just like that wild prediction.
Look, you keep saying like, look at Alex talk about how he has this wild speculation. I was like, you literally asked me in your email or DM or whatever. You were like, we want a video of wild speculation. And so I was like, here you go. This is my wild speculation. And then you made fun of me for saying that.
Hey, no one said being my friend was going to be easy, Alex. But yeah, if you don't already, Star Wars Explained on YouTube is it's a must. It's a must subscribe. And I noticed you've got an interview with Jonas just went up.
Yeah, came out today.
That's awesome.
That was fun. Yeah, he's super into Squadrons right now. So I was like, hey, do you want to play and talk about Star Wars for an hour? And we did.
Very, very cool. I would maybe put that down as a scoop. What do you reckon about that? Hey. Alrighty, Alex. I will see you on the internet at another time.
I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Say hey to Molly, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, you too. Bye, everybody.
Star Wars Explained, everyone. Give him a round of applause. Everyone, I want some claps in the chat. Thanks, Alex.
See you.
Thank you to Alex, and people are loving the wild predictions. Oh, and yes, Sam says, Alex, can't wait to see you guys on the Jedi Temple Challenge for Halloween. They did this sort of parody Jedi Temple Challenge entrant video with them being excited 12-year-olds. And I got to tell you, it was pretty. Oh, and Alex just said, "Oh, call back in, Alex." He said he could go longer, but I'll just message him. So, there's lots of claps for Alex. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Lots of clap emojis. Sizzle Dizzle just writes clap. Very good. What a civilized bunch you are. Very, very nice. All right, let's work out what we're going to do. So, yeah, I feel like we've had our adrenaline rush, and Braxton's calling for an encore, and Paul Ponte is applause rescinded. You don't mean that. You don't mean that. Since he's coming back. Well, he might come back. It's probably just easier if he doesn't, if he has to go somewhere. So, I feel like, we're about to put our 2 non-direct story episodes in a row just would not be a good idea. So I feel like we're maybe going to cool off on Mon Cala, perhaps. That we might get on that boat next week. That'd be a good change of the arid dryness. Sam says, how many planets do you think we'll see in Chapter 10? I reckon Tatooine. I reckon maybe 2. I reckon we might just get 2. I feel we'll get Tatooine and the water planet. I'm just making that up about the water planet, by the way. Like, I don't have anything. No. Hey, I tell you what I do want to see. My friend Jimmy James Eaton, he's a comedian in Melbourne, in Australia. He posted this up of a Lego Photoshop he did, and this was something I was thinking about also over the weekend. And I reckon we could well get it, and it could well blow our minds. But Slave 1 versus the Razor Crest, which I've just popped up on the screen. He's got it done in Legos over Tatooine. That would be pretty good. And because we all assume that it's the X-Wings. Or not we all assume, but many people assume it's the X-Wings that shoot him down and stuff. But what if it's the Slave 1? Alex says he's going to just prep his thing, which you should. Like, you can't come back on, because then you got to like blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it takes up minutes, but he was having fun. So thanks everyone for showing him a good time. Braxton says, I think the X-Wings are a mislead. Yeah, well, they definitely say Razor Crest stand down. So there's something to it, but perhaps not the brutality that we saw. And, you know, I know people are so over going to Tatooine, or some people are, but every time they have, I've had a lot of fun. So, but I guess except for perhaps going back to incorporate Cobb in the conclusion of this season, or to get him for maybe something else down the track, I think maybe just leave Tatooine to Ben Kenobi for a little bit. And the Imperial Senate podcast, as a group, say Slave One is the best. Would love to see it return. Oh, yeah. Ba 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 ba. But Timothy Oliphant, he should just put out a press release saying whether he's read the Aftermath interludes or not, because he's going to get that asked a lot of times. So just release the reading schedule, Tim. Sort it out, buddy. Yeah, Sam Carey says, how crazy would it be to go back to Jabba's palace and see it abandoned, empty? That would be cool, but I don't know. It seems like a waste. Like, it seems like, I don't know. What do they have to go talk to a Bomar monk or something? Yeah, I feel like they've got to tread lightly with all these references, and we had such a blast of them this episode. It's down to get somewhere new. Imperial Senate says Boba Fett gets defeated by 5 years worth of parking tickets. Oof, that brings up memories of my 20s. Ouch, 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 ouch. I should point out a little bit of, as much as I hate, plugs and stuff, but Mercho store, we've got the new Yodi Hawk t-shirt, the My War tee, Exegol is for lovers, and Yub Nub, they're shipping now. We've got the child stickers are in. Check this out. They're in. You can get a 5-pack of those for $3 at merchostore.com, or assorted packs. There you go. Plugs. As much as I hate them. Sam Carey says Max Rebo is just chilling there somehow. Yeah. Rip Max, man. Rip Max. War is hell. War is hell. Hey, check this out, you guys. John Boyega. John Boyega met with Disney executive for honest discussion about Star Wars sidelining people of color characters. And this is on IndieWire via an interview in The Hollywood Reporter, that a Disney executive reached out to him following his September GQ interview, in which he criticized the studio for its treatment of people of color characters in the most recent Star Wars trilogy. Talking to The Hollywood Reporter for the November cover story, Boyega said he had a very honest, a very transparent conversation with a Disney executive who reached out about his Star Wars criticisms. There are a lot of explaining on their end in terms of the way they saw things. They gave me a chance also to explain what my experience was like. I'd hope that me being so open with my career at this stage would help the next guy that wants to be assistant DOP, the guy who wants to be a producer. I hope that the conversation is not such a taboo or elephant in the room now, because someone just came and said it. So, good to, there was some further conversation there with this mystery Disney executive. I've got to give Corey posted this up. This is pretty sick. They had the Mando Mondays, which was pretty, I would have thought there would be more, but it didn't seem like there was much in it apart from a vintage collection Mando, like Din, and like a Nerf gun. But as far as Hasbro stuff goes, oh, come on. Get that Cobb out. Just even on a pre-order for next year. Like this week, this is the peak in interest in buying Cobb Vanth merchandise. Probably forever. So sell them something. But anyway, Corey posted this up coming from Sideshow Collectibles. And God, one thing I definitely missed about this year was going to Comic-Con and walking the booth with either Corey or Dom and doing the booth commentaries. That was such fun. But check out this Moff Gideon premium format figure. Whew. He looks grouchy. I wonder how much it is. Here we go. Sideshow Collectibles. Where are you at? How come you don't have this up on your Sideshow Collectibles? It's not even on your front page. What's going on? How much is this thing? What's new? This is great content. But now I'm just... Oh, here we go. Coming soon. Oh, no price? Ah! All right. You can RSVP to get the inside dope on it. But I think the premium format ones are sort of like the 1/6, or is that a different? Or is premium format just like Hot Toy size, maybe? Yes, Stephen is right. Although his wordings are maybe not for the screen, but yeah, they used up a lot of their ammo last week. Oh God, Gungan Dungeon says a premium format statue will run you about 700. So a premium format like the 18-inch ones, because they are good. They are good. Kyle Delaney says Lucasfilm has missed the mark on marketing merch. They should be promoting the new characters with figures each week, i.e. last year, no Q. Buddy, I've been singing it. I've been singing it for a year. Oh my God, that premium format statue, according to the Imperial Senate, this has to be Charlie, 60 calamari flans. Wow. Okay. So premium format is 1/4. Hot Toys are 1/6. So Barbie dolls are 1/6 scale. Premium format. So it's about 18 inches. Quarter scale. Oof. And Sam says, I'm bummed. It looks like they won't be releasing toys each Monday that are relevant to the episode that comes out the Friday before. What about, would you guys just be happy if like the Cobb Vanth was not coming out until like I ordered those vintage retro figures for the Mandalorian, and they're not going to come out till May. And I'm like, nah, like I'd like them now. I'd like them for Christmas. I'd love to have them on Christmas Day. But what are you going to do? Like, would you guys be happy to buy them now, like for like March? Because I don't know. I feel like that would be a good way to get everyone's money. Braxton would like to know, how does one get a life-size Cobb Vanth? Asking for a friend. I feel like you're going to have to break the law to get that, just quietly. Imperial Senate says, remember when we didn't get that Force Awakens Luke Skywalker until like 2 years later? Yes, I did. I do remember that very well, because they actually kept it secret until the day of Comic-Con. Because I remember I snuck onto the floor and took a photo of it. I was very excited. But yes, next week, I kind of like that we don't get like what am I trying to say? Like on like HBO when I watch Succession, I'm obsessed with the next week. Like to watch what's going to happen on the preview for next. I'm just like I can't watch it quick enough. But I'm kind of enjoying the mystery of it with the Mandalorian. And also, who could forget with Chapter 5, The Gunslinger, starring Toro Calican, just the surprise of going back to Tatooine. I was just like, bah! So I do kind of like just having no idea what happens next. But got to get this Moff Gideon into the mix. You know, people presume that Ahsoka will be episode 5 due to the Filoni connection. He's directing and writing that one. Bo-Katan could it would be hard because I know there's there's the rumor about the Cara Dune Bo-Katan series, and rumors are rumors, but there's a chance that we'd only see Bo-Katan in like a Gideon flashback when he gets the Darksaber. But I hope not. I hope she's in current day because she's just the best. Katie Sackhoff. She's so cool. And then presumably if they do go to Water Planet next episode, we will get Sasha Banks. Sam Carey says we have no idea who or where or what is going to be the next episode. I love it. I like it too. Hey, I don't know. I feel like we've covered most things. Oh, if you haven't already, go check out. I posted up like a 5-minute reaction of me watching The Mandalorian for the first time. It's just all it is responses to things happening. I'll put on just a second of it so you can get but it came out pretty funny. Sick. One Brat reference. CGI. I forgive. It's like shot for shot out of a Western GIF. So yeah, it's just da 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 da, and it goes for 5 minutes. So I'm going to try to do that for every episode because it was a lot of fun to pretend I had a friend next to me that I was making jokes to. And also check out the roundtable, which went for about 2 hours with, we had an amazing cast breaking that down and ending up with an average of an 8.3. There's an argument over who to trust. The Rogue Rebels. Oh, actually, I've got to talk about that. In Filoni we trust. Kyle Delaney say in Favreau we trust. I reckon they make a good combo, but I like Favreau's restraint. Hey, check this out, right? I'm listening. My friend Sal Perales, right? Listen to his podcast. Love his family. And I'm listening along, having a great time, and they're talking about Cobb Vanth, and like I hope you guys can hear this.
Like he just looks like Steele. What? Please don't put that.
That's
oh
what
wait,
that's what I said.
Here we go.
Suit, and certainly he's not wearing all the pieces. That's why. But
It's
I mean,
Liz
once
Perales.
he takes off the helmet and reveals his beautiful
And
self,
then Lizzie Perales.
He just looks like Steele.
What? Please don't put that.
That's what I said.
No,
That's what I said
What is
to
wrong with you, man?
Mom. I said, Lizzie said he looks like Steele, and I'm like, I think the haircut is fooling you, child.
Yeah, like I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
think it is.
He's
Look,
got a
she's
sweet,
like
skin
offended
haircut.
that I've been referenced to the Cobb. That's tough, man. But I would, apart from that, Rogue Rebels, their reaction to The Mandalorian, a very fun listen, unless you're not getting chastised by Liz Perales. Hey, I can't talk about it enough, you guys. But let's just click all the buttons. Algorithm. If you're on Twitter, hit that retweet. If you're on Facebook, thumb it up. And if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. Thumb it up. If you are listening, these are normally Patreon exclusive for the audio. We put up, maybe like one a week on the free feed. We'll put up tomorrow ones as well because I've got all this new patron setup with tiers and stuff, and it's automated and it's very sweet. So we'll have some special deals to get free stickers and t-shirts and stuff with the announcement of the new Patreon tiers tomorrow. And if you're listening on iTunes, write a sweet 5-star review. And I hope you are enjoying your Road Rails. I got to go with Lizzie on your current facial hair. I've got it. This is just cut like this because I dressed as Homer Simpson for Halloween, so I do have to chop it off. And Sam says there's a downside to clicking all the buttons. Click too many buttons and somehow Palpatine returned. So you got to watch that. Yeah. I'm going to bail. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks to Star Wars Explained. And I feel like this episode's gone on
long enough.
May that force be with you.